Welcome to my presentation on Seychelles, a small island nation with global significance. Seychelles is an archipelago of 115 islands situated to the northeast of Madagascar in the Indian Ocean. 90% of its population is located on Mahi Island, which is the largest of the islands. Seychelles was settled by French and British colonists with African slaves. Today, the population is around 120,000 people and made up of Creole from the French and African settlers with a mix of small European and Asian communities. Seychelles was under British rule until gaining independence in 1976. At first, the nation adopted a presidential republic with a single-party rule and tight state control. This lasted for 17 years before the public and global trends pushed for reforms. The nation adopted a new constitution and became a multi-party democracy. This change relinquished government control of state-run enterprises, reduced tariffs and import restrictions, and opened up greater global trade. These changes allowed Seychelles to gain international credibility and foreign aid and investment. Since becoming a democratic nation and shifting to privatization of business enterprises, Seychelles found its national competitive advantage in tourism. Private and foreign investment in the tourism sector led to a rapid expansion of resorts, services, and infrastructure. The nation doesn't have the ability to manufacture or produce any major exports, so much of what it needs is imported. To reduce the dependence on tourism, Seychelles established its own business authority to promote the nation as an offshore financial center that facilitates registration of international business companies, offshore banking, and trust services. In recent years, Seychelles has begun blue economy initiatives with the aim of balancing economic growth with ocean conservation. Seychelles is seen as a model for other island nations, and this initiative is important for showing how the ocean's resources can drive sustainable development. Being located on the Indian Ocean, which boasts one of the largest global tuna fisheries, Seychelles processes and exports an abundance of tuna. The remaining sectors are all heavily influenced by the booming tourism industry. The islands produce beer, rum, and soft drinks, serving both domestic and tourist consumption. Construction is primarily hotel development and infrastructure improvement projects. This is heavily reliant on importing materials due to a lack of local resources. There's also some light manufacturing that occurs to build boats, furniture, and small-scale food processing, which again mainly supports the tourism sector. Seychelles' environment is characterized by lush tropical forests, pristine beaches, and one of the world's richest marine ecosystems. Its biodiversity is globally significant, yet highly vulnerable to climate change and human activity. This is why it is crucial that the government adheres to the Blue Economy Roadmap it adopted in 2018 to preserve everything that makes Seychelles so appealing and attractive to tourists. The roadmap focuses on finding sustainable uses of the ocean's resources while ensuring the health of the marine ecosystems. Public health care is universal and fully funded by the government, which allocated 12.8% of its budget to health-related initiatives in 2025. This included building a new hospital, renovating existing facilities, increasing training and professional development, increasing support services, and investing in new technologies. The budget also addresses a growing challenge to Seychelles. Nearly 10% of the population has become addicted to the drug heroin as a direct result of being on a major heroin trafficking route across the Indian Ocean. This addiction has become overwhelming to the limited availability of trained personnel to treat drug addiction in clinics and rehab facilities. Another challenge being faced is the increase in warmer temperatures and shifts in rainfall, which create breeding grounds for mosquitoes and their diseases like dengue fever. Climate change also impacts food security as ocean warming threatens tuna stocks, which is a staple protein of the nation's diet. The COVID-19 pandemic created a shift in the preferences for tourist destinations. Seychelles was able to reopen its borders ahead of many other nations through the use of strict health protocols and one of the world's fastest vaccination campaigns. This gave people the confidence they needed to choose Seychelles as a safe travel destination. People were also seeking remote and less commercialized destinations that offered private and high-end accommodations, which Seychelles was able to provide in abundance. Seychelles was once considered to be just another underdeveloped island economy. In just a few decades, it transformed into a high-income, service-driven nation. Its journey reflects economic progress and a strong emerging identity as a large ocean state, demonstrating how even the smallest nations can lead globally in sustainability, resilience, and innovation. Its example shows that prosperity and environmental responsibility are not opposing goals, but instead intertwining paths leading to a balanced and hopeful future.